You already know what it is. Your boy DJ Waffles on the check-in, and you're tuned into the Padded Room on RollingOut.com. And I'm here with my special guest, the Nappy Roots. Today we're gonna talk about Black empowerment. Doing some big things in the city. Is that what we're talking about? Yes. Why wouldn't we?
I thought we were talking about
Black on business. It is big.
Yeah, I like that angle.
I'm just saying, why I can't be great?
That's how we empower.
I'm just trying to be great.
I ain't trying to mess up your thing.
It was empowerment. It's like you gotta let the world know what y'all actually doing out there, so that it makes sense to the youth that's watching, the entrepreneurs that's growing up, and they want to do some creative stuff. So I'm like, why not have you guys on? I know I was trying to track that down.
Thank you for having us, brother.
Thank you, man.
Because that is exactly what we're doing, what we're trying to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
So tell the world who you guys are. Let's start from
This is Nappy Roots, man. I'm Fish Skills, one of the proud members of Nappy Roots. Google it. Tell you a lot.
Good evening and good afternoon. My name is Skinny DeVille, the Blues Traveler, NappyRoots representative.
What's up? It's your boy 808 Blade, producer and DJ for NappyRoots, and also overall king of dopeness.
See, that just sounds like I have a good time wherever y'all go.
We laugh a lot.
Yeah, we kicked it, yo.
So let's start with the music. Let's start with the music. How y'all actually got started with the music?
I have to go back. I'm scrolling back in my mind like 20 years now. Even a little bit past 20 years. Probably about 20,
been over 20 years.
About 23 years ago, me and this guy met in college. And we just clicked, you know. I heard about him a lot. He was playing basketball for Western. I had been there a couple years already. And my best friend was like a manager for the basketball team. He's like, yo, you got to meet this guy, Scales. He's killing it. He's dope. You got to meet him, trust me. And I was like, all right, let me write this verse. You know, and then, you know, eventually I ended up meeting this guy, and we just clicked over like Wu-Tang, Nas, Mobb Deep, you know, like East Coast hip-hop. We just clicked. And that was like 96.
Right.
Nappy Roots got signed to Atlantic Records in 1998. It was about 6 or 8 members at the time. And we were all in college, and we just had a good connection of hip-hop and love of it. And coming from Kentucky, we just were the first ones to do it.
So that's
the music side. Like.
So y'all came up with a word. It's like, how did y'all combine Atlanta and Kentucky? How did y'all say it? It's like
Atlanta.
Like how did y'all even come up with that?
That's later on though. That's like now.
Right.
For the last 3 or 4, 5 years, you know.
Well, it's actually a big part of us. Like, we recorded an album before Watermelon Chicken Gritz, our most popular album. And basically most of it was recorded here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, and we've always came to Atlanta to listen to what was going on, musical influences. Atlanta had, at the time, Jim Crow, Young Bloods. This 99, not even early 2000s.
Yeah, Tip.
You had T.I. who wasn't even out yet. He was bubbling though. He was working his thing. And Atlanta just gave us a lot of flavor that we couldn't get just from Kentucky. Right. So you mix Kentucky and Atlanta, and that's exactly who Nappy Roots is.
Atlanta. And so it's like, you know, like you said, it's Atlanta, us making our music in Atlanta, but the majority of us are from Kentucky. Yeah. And there's 2 of us that still live in Louisville, and there's 2 of us that live here in Atlanta. And so we go back and forth, and we try to make that our travel highway to keep the ties open, to keep the music and the opportunities flowing. So Atlanta just seemed it was right to make that to be our.
So y'all was college buddies. How did you get him to like shake the basketball and do this rap stuff? Because he be talking about in music that he be on this the vegetables and they be his hoop dreams be talking to him. So I was like, oh,
real talk. Yeah.
I'm like,
it was that was one of the toughest moments in my life to build character, to go into the locker room and let them know I was quitting basketball to fully pursue music. But to make a long story short, I trusted this guy. I trust this guy a lot. And the dream that he had for Nappy Roots and the part that I could play in it, you know, and it fit right along with what I was dreaming. Like you say, we connected on East Coast music, Wu-Tang. For Wu-Tang forever, that's all we listen to. and I trusted. I said, damn, he has a vision.
Right.
And I can be a big part of that. And here we are 20-something years later.
You guys played a big role in hip hop.
Really?
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I would think so because
I
it's like
so.
it's the records.
I would like to, but I don't think so.
It's the records that you guys put together. Like, you gotta understand, like, as a DJ, when we play records and we play those records by you guys, it's like you take people back to those moments.
Right.
A lot of music that they're making right now is not really timeless, so you can't really say that this is gonna be a part of hip hop because it just came.
Well, you can't say that though, because here we are. You know, if you take some of our earlier records, that was 15, 16 years ago.
Right.
So timeless means you have to take time for it to be appreciated.
Right.
And
appreciation and depreciation happens with automobiles and music.
So let me ask you this: do you think that your music depreciated?
No, I don't.
Exactly. So
I think
that's why
people
it's timeless.
appreciate. I think people appreciate our music.
I think it's timeless.
But
Yeah.
I think you like here's one thing I think kind of is timeless. The way All Now comes on, the way folk folks come on, it's like that moment, like you said, it takes you back, like dun. Immediately you like, oh, where was I? And that's every song that meant something to you in life. But we happen to have a couple of those.
So that's what I'm saying. If Wu-Tang, Cash Rules, Everything Around Me just came on right now, he'd probably just right to the zone. It's timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got you. That
All
makes
right.
sense.
I just want to make sure I prove my point.
You're right. I got you. Thank you.
Shout out to Groove Chambers too.
Thank you.
I think it was the first time for hip hop that people were proud to be where they were from, and not you weren't from New York, you weren't from Atlanta, you was from the country, you was from Kentucky. Ain't nobody coming out of Kentucky.
Right.
So like, and it still speaks to this day. Like, we can go to certain places, and it's like those people in those small towns that are somewhat forgotten. They identify. They're like, y'all gave us a voice when we didn't have one.
Definitely.
Shout out to Nelly for setting that trend.
He helped a lot, man. If it wasn't for him, it wasn't for Nelly, it wasn't for Bubba Sparks, it wasn't for Petey Pablo, Phil Mob,
Right.
It wasn't for Jim Crow, Young Bloods, it wasn't for Tip, T.I. now, but Tip.
Definitely.
If it wasn't for Parental Advisory, it wasn't for Goody Mob, it wasn't for Dungeon Family. Like, I'm out of hands, like, out of fingers on my hands. Like, if it wasn't for those artists, if it wasn't for Wu-Tang, Nas, Mobb Deep, it wasn't for those artists to shape us. A-Ball, MJG, Tila, shit, I don't want to start naming names, but Ghetto Boy, Scarface.
You said
those are the things
like
that
2019.
those are the things that shaped us as Nappy Roots before we got our voice out there.
Right.
That was who, I don't want to say Outkast, but, again, them twice.
Obviously Outkast.
But them, if it wasn't for those artists before we even came out to define what the South was, we were Kentucky. It's like, we're part of the South. Y'all might not think that. Y'all think you might be Midwest because we're up here and the Mason-Dixon line is here, which is Tennessee. Where we went to school was in the southern part of Kentucky. So we got Nashville bleed over. A lot of students came from Nashville. A lot of people came from the South. And as in college, people come from all over. And Western was just one of those colleges that people just came from everywhere. And me coming from Louisville, thinking I just got it all and I am Midwest, just seeing the southern vibe and style, it was just like, whoa.
Right.
And that's what we represent, and to be a part of that is
Western Kentucky, that's the university.
Western
I don't think we said that yet. We gotta shout that out.
So alright, because I was like the things that actually made me think about Kentucky this week was like Rondo. Rondo's a beast.
Rondo is so Kentucky.
He's taking people out and all that. Shout out to Rondo. Alright, so listen, take us to the most recent project that y'all have put out.
Another 40 Acres.
Yes. And you said
And the way Blake is the producer.
Definitely.
It's our second addition to the mission.
The album to me, that is like the major thing when we went into that one was like, as you get older in hip hop, like I wanted them to tell me exactly about what was going on right now in your life, whether it's raising kids or is it just the tough things you got to do as a grown up, because we still, the one thing that has always stayed true about NappyRoots is that we make relatable music. We make music to tell you exactly where we are and the space that we're at. And so that whole album to me was all about, you sitting back, you've been doing something for so long, the little things like watching your kids grow. Like we got a song called Looking Grown. That's just all about like, we're doing shows, we're doing all these other things, and you look around and your kids go from here to here. And it's just that time, it's like, it goes by you quickly. And so To me, it's one of the most honest albums because I was very particular about what they were talking about.
See, that's what I was looking for in that album also. Cause as a DJ, you listen to stuff and you like, all right, cool, yeah, that was a cool record. But you always search for that record that's gonna tell me who you really are.
Right.
That's how I listen to music. I look for the realness in the music and be like, all right, that was a club record, that was a house record, that was that. All right, this is the record that tells me about what he got going on. So
he got the hardest line. It says, "Standing in the mirror, ask myself who I'm rapping for." And it's like, you know what I mean? It's those questions about like, you've been doing something for so long. You're not necessarily a kid at doing it anymore, but it's like you got your kids, you got your family you got to take care of and all those things. So
let me ask you this. How did y'all actually pick like the younger artists? Like y'all had Earth Gang, y'all had Jeremy Benton, y'all had Scotty ATL. You know what I'm saying? Was like this something that you felt that makes sense for what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the time those are all like the homies of mine. Like, so I grew up in Atlanta, so I've watched a lot of their careers grow from Jaren to Earth Gang.
I want to say something real quick on that. On top of that, is we used them on the first album too.
Okay, dope.
Like we did the deep end with Scotty ATL. It didn't make the first the 40 Acres project was the first one. And I don't think anyone even really knew that was even happening.
Right.
But that was a project to say, let's see if we can cohesively make a project between what he knows from being from Atlanta and his younger mind state of looking at Atlanta, looking at how he can get his name out. And how can we take, I don't want to call it the gravy train.
It's just an appreciation. I think to me,
he brought a lot to it, and he brought Scotty ATL and Jeremy Benton, and he brought Alien Crab, who we're also friends with.
Right.
And to me, it was like for them, it's like I'm like these kids they're doing something dope. They're doing something that reminds me of what y'all did back in the day. So it would be cool for y'all to reach back. I think in a time where a lot of older rappers aren't reaching out to the youth and wanting to connect with them instead of just. We gotta have that bridge and that from the present to the past. We gotta do better at that.
Exactly. Along with that, I think for the first time in our career, we're starting to feel like the uncles and the pretty much the uncles of it, and not so much.
Also at the same time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
And not so much as the young guys running around wilding and new to the game. Where this is us being uncles saying, let us help you out. Let us give you some advice on what we've been on. And that's a whole different position than we was on a few albums ago.
And, the first song, the number one track, didn't do something with like NASCAR also?
Yeah, it was the official song of NASCAR this year. It's also the biggest okie doke.
I'm just saying, I'm just knowing what's going on.
That song, so we did.
This is what they hired me for.
It's the official song of NASCAR, but that song is about police brutality, which is very. I don't think NASCAR fully understood.
They didn't get it.
They didn't fully listen to the song like they probably should have. But we'll take that check. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we always sit back and we get a chuckle out of that because, for what is considered the whitest sport.
That might be our last deal with NASCAR.
Yeah, they may read this and be like, "You got us. They got over on us."
All right, so shout out to NASCAR. We know what happened with that. So listen, let's get to the big money situation now. The beer. Let's talk about like how the hell.
Can we crack one?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
You already cracked it.
Yeah, I already cracked one.
I couldn't wait.
He done shared that one.
Oh hell nah. We're Nappy to present one of the most country fried ideas we've had yet. When Ron Clutch, Skinny DeVille, Buffalo and Fish Scales came with plans for a brew so good you could drink it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had no choice but to make them.
Yeah. We got our own beer.
Okay. And yeah, signed the can and all that. They look. My staff didn't think I could read that good. They was like, "Waffles, stop while you ahead, because you're about to stumble."
Because that's a big paragraph. You made it all the way through.
Listen, bless my heart. So, watermelon, chicken, and grits.
Congratulations.
No, that's what rap level is on. Rappers is at a 5th grade level right now. The real level. So
you read on a 5-star level.
There you go, 5-star. That might work. So, watermelon, chicken, and grits. Golden Ale with watermelon. Who the hell came up with this? Like, what was y'all at when y'all decided to do like beer? Like, bro, this is what we doing right now.
I mean,
where was we at?
It started me and this dude. Like, he is for real the beer connoisseur, the beer. He's what we go to for all. So we tour about 100 to 150 days out of the year.
I'll let the phone die down a little bit.
And one of our major things as we touring is like we'll be in some of these small towns that like going to a brewery is literally like the social spot of some cities and towns. You know what I'm saying? And so it became kind of this like ritual me and him had is like if we got to a town early enough, like let's go find a brewery, and from there you can usually get the word out that shows that you got a show in town, and then you know, and everybody. I mean, it's like a virus. Once you go into that little brewery, everybody tells everybody in the city that they're in town and they're coming to do a show tonight. And it just became a thing, you know what I'm saying? You tour 100 days out of the year and you're going to a lot of breweries. You start to learn the business side of it. You start to understand that, I mean, the one thing we saw was, hey, there wasn't a lot of black folks doing this. And, you know, it's like, it wasn't like geared towards black people as well. And so we kind of just sat around and just started really toying with the idea for the release of our to do a collaboration beer, and we did it with Monday Night Brewing out of Atlanta.
All right, so listen, man, we're gonna go to a quick break. You're tuned into the Padded Room on RollingOut.com. We'll be right back. Hey, wow. You already know what it is. Your boy DJ Waffles on the check-in, and you're tuned in live to 48. Matter of fact, it's the Padded Room. No, I just did that on purpose. Listen. So we're back with you guys, man. Listen, so tell us a little bit more about this Watermelon Chicken and Grits. Like, what made y'all came up with this name for the L?
Well, basically, you know, it's our first album that we did with Atlantic Records that went platinum and got us Grammy nominations. But to come back into beer, we sat with Against the Grain, which is out of Louisville, Kentucky, where three of us are from. And we just discussed a few things over lunch. And it was like, well, you know, as a collaboration, this is what we can, you know, provide.
Like, this is a different type of money, though. Like, this ain't like selling CDs and iTunes and waiting for. I'm just, because I'm like, how do we?
You know what? On a more serious note, it's like
absolutely
craft beer is growing in America,
right?
Like very quickly, but it hasn't hit the black audience yet. Hasn't even entertained it enough.
I'm gonna tell you this.
But y'all tapping into it like now.
That's why we're here, and we want to be in the forefront. So when Budweiser, Heineken, Miller, Coors, all these people say, "Look, we got $500 million that we want to put towards the black community," we've been here. We've been here doing beer.
Do people look at y'all? Funny because it's actually beer and it's like y'all promoting alcohol or something like that? Do y'all get those looks?
No. Not our audience.
I mean, compared to all the rappers ever pushing liquor.
I look at it differently. I look at it as that's probably better than liquor. In my life, it is. Like one thing I love about beer is that it keeps me on a cool level, whereas vodka doesn't. It takes me a little over the top. So I think beer is something that I feel more comfortable promoting than cigarettes and liquor.
How does taste testing go for y'all? Like how is the sessions where y'all taste testing? Because y'all got y'all got Golden Ale with watermelon. So who's the one that's at the table and be like, bro, this shit don't taste like watermelon, bro? Who's that guy?
Yeah, and we believe in being honest.
And then the other one has like a cinnamon bun. You tell me, I'm like, how does beer even taste like cinnamon bun? Like
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so
how do y'all
the craft brew industry is a $40 billion a year industry.
They getting money.
Hip hop is a $70 billion a year industry.
Okay.
So these two industries, they're like this right now. They're about to cross paths.
Right.
Where there's a bunch of people that are making beer that love hip hop, appreciate hip hop, that are rappers. You have Tech Nine that has made a beer. You have Run the Jewels that has made a beer. You have Chill Moody out of Philly that's made a beer. You've had Afro Man who's made a beer. You have Nappy Roots that's made 3 beers.
Let's make a beer, y'all.
P. Pablo, I'm sorry. I knew I was forgetting somebody. P. Pablo, he made a beer. So it's like, on one hand, there's at least 5 rappers from independent, underground to successful artists that have made beers. Crazy. And those beers are actually working in their market for the people that like them and who, you know, appreciate their music.
It's a regional game.
There's a beer. And like politics are local, so is craft beer. Craft beer is local. And so if you make a beer that can help your community out and people can show up to your little watering hole and hang out and talk hip-hop or politics, or politics are out of beer. Hip-hop and sports and things of that nature, you can bring your daughter or your dog to and have a good time for 3 hours. That's a good thing in America.
So how do you actually incorporate the beer aspect of what y'all got going on and like doing 100 shows a year? You know what I'm saying? Like, do y'all actually bring and give, or y'all just bring and promote? Because I'm like, that would be, I can understand like the dynamics of giving like the fans like a lot of beer to actually try out, and then y'all performing. It actually brings them down to understand what y'all got going on.
One of our goals for 2019 is to do a full brewery run tour. So it's taking, like, we're going to all the different breweries around the country and doing a live show and a collaboration to go with it. And so that's kind of like something that we've really been talking about. And we've done a couple of them this year, but 2019 we really want to hit the brews. They got there's brew festivals in just about every city.
They just had one like a week ago.
Like, they don't invite us. They don't
Why
invite
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Because it's a closed circle.
And it was here.
It used to be a closed circle, but they don't invite hip hop. But hip hop is what.
Wow.
Anybody that drinks beer, they like hip hop. You can't.
Again, like you said, they haven't met yet.
Yeah.
We are in there. I know about the festival.
It was just like
but we've been on it for a few years now, 6 years, 7 years, but it hadn't hit to where everybody in this room would know that there's a beer festival.
Right.
You know, and so that is coming, and we want to be, and I feel we are, and want to continue to be in the forefront of that. Because black people love beer, and so we deserve the best of beer.
Right. A lot of my football friends, NFL players, they love beer.
Love beer, y'all.
I think the issue is like, think about when you go to the club, like what beers are they pushing there? They got Heineken, Bud Light, Coors Light, Corona. That's it.
But this is what I'm saying. You got to think about it, like, to get that on tap, like, it's like you really got to put some work in it. Right. Because you know what's coming out of tap. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of these
what brands are actually coming out to actually try to get this.
You got to gain some trust.
Right.
That's any brand.
But I do think that there's room for some of the clubs and some of the different places that have those historical beers to start getting into the local beers. I mean, Atlanta's we got great beers. Monday Night's great. Sweetwater, Scofflaw, like it's really good breweries within the city. So it's about incorporating. It's just opening people's minds to it.
It's almost, I hate to say it on air, but the craft beer industry is missing so much of Atlanta money. Atlanta is a black city, and it hasn't chosen to deal with full out to cater toward the black market, and that's cool. That's why we're here.
All right, so not to really switch off topic. Look, they like, where y'all gonna post this shit at, because this shit don't need to go out to the people.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's fine. We here for the shits anyway. All right, so listen. So now let's go to the song Spinach Dip. So the reason why I wanna jump into Spinach Dip is because, like, I'm thinking y'all doing the beer, and then I see the Spinach Dip video, and then I'm like, it's like so much vegetables in one room, and I'm like, it has to be a plot to be like, all right, we did the beer, but there's a big market for like all these vegetables that's being sold all over the place. Y'all know the vegetable I'm talking about.
Great market.
We're well connected. We're well connected throughout the country, and that vegetable that you referring to is moving in through a lot of states, and it's benefiting those states, even on a local level. There's taxation on those vegetables that allow for schools, playgrounds, books, roads, bridges. They're taxing it to where those billions of dollars that are created didn't used to be there.
So listen, this is one of the bars that I actually got from like the song when it first came on. It was like, I never sold weed, but traded money for it. So this is like genius, because I wish that I could have told like the officers of the law that shit, like, yo, bro, I wasn't selling weed, I was just trading it for money. Like, that's like genius. Right. We can't say that shit. Like, I just think, like, can we say that? I was just trading it for money.
Shout out to Ron Clutch.
Oh, that's B Steele's line, but shout out to Ron.
I feel like it's Ron Clutch.
That's Buffalo Steel.
That was Clutch.
I never sold weed, I just traded it for money.
That is still.
You're right. You guys don't even know that song.
So listen,
it sound like
this makes sense. See, look at Jesus. Jesus does it all the time. He does it all the time. All right.
But yeah, Spinach Dip, like Skinny said, we're connected. Marijuana, I mean,
I'm glad I ain't
the
been
vegetables is a harder thing to deal with because we're in Georgia. But in 2 or 3 years, we'll have a different conversation.
So the marijuana had you speaking to your hoop dreams.
Yeah.
So you think that these vegetables, like, because I just want to know what's like in your brain, like when you doing that stuff, because y'all was doing a lot of stuff in there. There was a lot of vegetables going on, and it's like you can't retake a lot of that shit. It's like y'all doing it in the moment. I was like, wow,
that was a one take thing.
No, that wasn't one take away. Y'all was having a good time.
On his verse, that was one take.
That was a lot of takes, and that was the problem with that part. I had to keep eating those vegetables.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We did it a couple times.
I thought it was one take.
But he actually did get one take that he ended up using, but we did it several times.
You know what? For some apparent reason, I think he's the guy with the media training. Like, he really doesn't want everybody to say what they say. But he's like, bro.
I don't give a damn.
So listen, and then there was another line. It was like, roll up a whole onion and call it fajita. Like, who does, like, the whole thing? Like, can you really, like, have one of those vegetables?
Seen it happen.
Yeah, we went to, what was that? The Cannabis Cup?
Yeah.
We seen them roll, like, I mean, that had to be, it was 4 people rolling one thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And that is something I ain't never seen. I mean, it was probably a good 4 feet. And then they lit that. And, like, you had to hold it with 2 hands just to hit it.
Did y'all partake in that?
Nah, well, we got.
It seemed like he might be the one that's gonna be like, yeah, let me hit that, bro. Pass that John.
We got like a rule. You know, you start smoking at too many people, you get sick. So we kind of cut that down a little bit.
I don't think it's a reason to smoke a blunt this big. Like,
right.
Yeah. It's a waste of weed, honestly. But
so with that being one of y'all newer singles, what's the target for that? Like, what y'all coming off of that one?
We smokers.
Right.
Yeah.
People that appreciate 420 or 710 Dab Fest. People that know that it's good to be medicated, or people that need it for their own personal ailments.
Yeah.
Weed has a lot of healing properties vegetables.
The justification is great.
It has a lot of healing properties that we don't, as Americans, if it was legal across the country, here's what I feel like, and not to get political, but I feel like because there's a lot of states that are legalizing it, and John Boehner's involved, trying to get people to buy into stocks that are going to be traded in a few years. We need to let everybody that got caught for weed out of jail on a smaller level. You was shipping bales, that's different. I'm talking about like 3 ounces or less. You should be out of jail if they're going to sell weed state to state. But if we do it and it's across the country legalized,
right,
we can make so much money that can go to roads and bridges, books for children, playgrounds, after school programs, that we don't have to worry about taxing the American person who pays taxes and raises their kids right, that doesn't want to get shot by the cops. Like, those people that vote, those people should be able to benefit from the benefits of weed if we tax it right, and they can enjoy their lives without going to jail or being persecuted or prosecuted.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I think about legalizing marijuana, and I'm so for it because I smoke it. I wouldn't be able to get through college if I didn't.
Yo, see, kids. Yo, so let me just tell y'all something, right? I don't know what's in this right now.
Oh, it just sneak up on you.
Smart juice.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
It'll sneak up on you.
See, y'all need to be a sponsor of the show because I need this to do my show. I think
take 2, and you can hang out.
But the one thing that's good about this one is it's a very light. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't. I think people can get down with this because it's not like some of these other beers are like thicker and they're a little bit more.
You know how I know this works? Cause like the video guy, he's like smiling like the whole time. So I just know like this works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's making me talk a lot. So this is definitely
good for interviews.
So where people can actually find the stuff at?
You can go to Hop City right now down the street.
Okay.
On Marietta.
Okay, we'll definitely check them out.
And there's one in Marietta. There's one over
Krog Street.
And then you could also...
It's distributed in Kentucky, Indiana, New York, and Georgia.
And we also have a beer with Monday Night Brewing. If you ever around the west end of Atlanta or the Midwest town Atlanta, you can ask Monday Night, ask them for the Nappy Roots beer. And that'll go a long way for NappyRoots.
So before we go, what's the 5-year goal for you guys from like right now? Yeah, what do you guys see yourselves doing?
Well, we got something big coming up with this beer. So we're developing a TV show about all of our experiences with the different breweries and just how beer brings people together. Like, it really is like a place to.
This brought us together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you become best friends equally over some
He's
beer.
like, chug it, Waffles, chug it, Waffles.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that. 2019. We're gonna be working with Pam Studios out of Atlanta. Shout out to them. What's gonna be called 40 Acres in the Brew. We're really excited about that. That's been something we've been really putting a lot of time and effort to. So I'm excited. So be on the lookout for that. We'll announce that very soon.
Definitely.
We'll have a brewery by 2020.
Okay.
To where, you know, the hip hop culture can come hang out. Somewhere near the airport is what I'm shooting for, to where you can come, catch a good vibe, watch a game, drink some craft beer, talk whatever you want to talk, smoke some cigarettes, cigars, vegetables, whatever.
I'm signing up. I'm coming.
By then, I feel like it's gonna be legalized in a few more places in the South, to where it's gonna be a good time, man. I think we're headed, as Americans, I think we're headed in the right direction. And I feel like just give it time, let everything settle to where it's supposed to settle. And what we're doing will be around. We're not going nowhere. And in 5 years, we'll be here. We'll have more than just one can here to offer you.
Definitely.
And a lot more to talk about.
What you got to say?
I'm totally in line with these guys.
Right.
Like, what they said, I'm fully behind.
This shit has been on cocktails or whatever. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just being. Definitely. Listen, this is really, really good. And I only drunk probably maybe that much because you just kept on saying, Waffles, chug it.
It was the end. I wanted most of it.
We wanted to come with a little light taste.
I took the brunt of the blow.
Definitely.
And this is our second batch, so we fixed up the recipe more and make it better. So glad you like it, bro.
Yeah.
So tell everybody how they can follow you on social media before we get out of here.
You can follow us on @NappyRoots.com or follow us on NappyRoots.com and hit us up at NappyRoots on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all your social media spaces that we're there. You can follow our podcast on iTunes, Nappy Hour. You can look at another 40 Acres
and YouTube
on that, and then you can also check us out with the 40 Acres in the Brew on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
We have music on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, like wherever you want to be. Just type in Nappy Roots and you just go down the rabbit hole, man.
They in the search engines.
Yeah, come out and drink some beers with us.
So listen, man, make sure y'all stay locked in. We got another guest that's coming up, so make sure you stay locked. This is Nappy Roots, your boy DJ Waffles on the checkout. We'll be right back. Bow.